So now that we've made it through the asylum, the first thing we're going to be doing now is gearing up for the rest of our playthrough. So as we're playing through it as a ninja-like character, I'm going to be using a katana, primarily the Uchi katana. I like it most of all of them because it is, in my opinion, the most versatile and well-rounded of the bunch. It's also very easy to get early on in the game, which is exactly what we're going to be doing first. Then for my offhand, I'm also gonna go, at least for the first part of the game, for another katana, even though I will rarely ever use it. And that will be the Yaito, which you can get from Blighttown. And coincidentally, pretty close to the Yaito, you will actually be able to find the Shadow Garb, which is Dark Souls ninja armor. So when you get to this part, which is really the first fog gate that you encounter in the entire game, there's no boss behind this, but still, it's a fog gate nevertheless. There's actually a very nifty trick jump that you can do that people use in speedruns a lot. And basically what you're supposed to do is sprint up this little stairs, and turn to your right and basically jump over this little fence. And then you land pretty much right where the tip of my blade is right now. And you will bounce off and fall down there on this slanted roof and slide down all the way into that bottom street right there. And it's pretty hard to tell, but that street at the very bottom down there is actually the one that leads to the Capra Demon. And by doing so, you could actually skip right down until you start the Capra Demon fight. So for speedrunners, it's a pretty nice trick. It's one of the places that people tend to reset on quite often because it's a pretty hard trick to do. I'm not gonna do it because I said that I would kill every single enemy in the game and I don't want to miss out on anything. So actually right down there, that's where you enter the what's it called? The sewers. That's the gate to the door to the sewers that you have to unlock after you beat the Capra Demon. And so again, right down there is where the Capra Demon is, where you see the orange soapstone. You come down those stairs and the doors on either side go open and you're attacked by those little rogue guys. And then you walk underneath here and back there you can actually see the Capra Demon fight. That little stairway right above my head, that's the one you can run on to do your plunging attack on Capra. Obviously the models of the boss and the dogs haven't loaded in yet. They don't until you get into that part of the game, but that's the Capra Demon arena right there. So we're gonna see the Hellfire Drake here for the first time. You can actually roll through the shockwave if you time it just right. Oh, I'm terrible at that one, but you can just roll through it, and there's actually no real collision detection in the leg. You can just walk right through it. Also, another fun fact, when you're over here, you can actually kill the Undead Merchant from all the way over here. It's something that a lot of speedrunners do. They align themselves probably around right, I think it's around this one, and then aim to into the sky and just throw black fire bombs blindly, and you will be able to get the kill and receive his weapon relatively easily without ever having to get close. Or they don't do it so much for his weapon, but rather for the key which you can use to unlock the first sorcerer in a little bit. So this is probably a part of the game where a lot of people start practicing backstabs and parries for the first time, and it's important for new players to realize, because this is something I struggled with myself when I first started out. You need to not do anything for a fraction of a second before you can actually trigger the backstab animation. So a lot of people, they will hold their shield up, not having a shield, so I'll just block with my dagger, and then they will immediately afterwards try to get for a backstab done, but it doesn't work because you need to not do anything. Same goes if you were to run up to them or roll past them. It won't work either. So what you're actually supposed to do is wait for a fraction of a second and then get the backstab in. Now once you get to this bridge, and I'm sure many of you already know about this, but the item down there, that's the blue Tearstone ring, which gives you extra defense when your health is really low, and it's actually possible to jump down there from up here. It's not that difficult of a jump, you just have to align yourself well and get enough speed, but you can actually jump down there and pick it up right away. But as you know, there's the Black Knight is waiting right around the corner, and he will wail on you pretty much as soon as you touch down. So I'll try doing that to show it. And that's pretty much how you do that jump right there. And then the Black Knight comes in, tries to kill you, and you mess up the roll really badly. Let's see if I can kill him. Probably best way to do is just by parrying his shit over and over again. So let's see if I still know how to parry these guys. Seems like it. And there we go, we even dropped this sword, which is an extremely good weapon, which I will not be able to use, but still, great weapon. Kind of overpowered really, but also when you're over here, we're right across from the bonfire we were at earlier, and go inside here, which is where you'll find this chest with the 5 black fire bombs. This wooden beam on the ceiling actually has water particle effects attached to it. So if you were to hit it somewhere around that side, with a throwing knife, say, then you will actually see water splash out as if you were to throw the throwing knife into a deep pool of water. No clue why it's there. Probably just a bug, I imagine, but yeah, can't show it right now either because I don't have throwing knives, but it is actual a water beam for some incredible reason. Right, so I actually did find some throwing knives earlier, and I will demonstrate it now. See, if you hit that beam back there, it will basically show puddles, and basically as if you're throwing... Crap, great aim, but yeah, it's basically as if you're throwing in a puddle of water. Pretty interesting little graphical bug, obviously. But actually, once we're up here, this is the area where you have the 3 firebomb throwers. There's another kind of out-of-bounds area. You can't get in there, sadly, but if you aim it very precisely, you can jump down here and land on that chimney there, and you can kind of make your way on the side of the chimney and the roof without dying. Nothing you can do there. Nowhere to go, but still, it's a pretty sweet little hiding spot, I guess. Might come in useful in PvP once. You can also get up on there and then drop back down over there, so you're back on the bridge, but again, nothing really to see or do over there. And with that out of the way, I'm gonna kill him, and I'm gonna take his katana. Quite easy to kill. Let's see if we can get a parry going. Yeah, but not a riposte, of course. Was a little too late for that. Let's see, can we do another one? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the residence key is what you need to get the sorcerer in a little bit, but the katana is what we want. So as I was saying earlier, there's multiple ways of skipping pretty much this entire part and getting down to the Capra demon right away. So as you can tell, that is again the street where he's at. It's basically right above my head. And the other way to get down there is basically this is where you kill the hollows after fighting the undead merchant. And it's possible to basically roll from right up here, the top of the ladder, onto this little ledge right above my head, and you can't really stand on it normally, but you can kind of like stand on it when it's... the hitbox is kind of like slanted at an angle. It's pretty weird, but you can land on it, and from there on out you can just sprint up, turn to the right very abruptly and jump, and that way you can clear the little fence to your right and drop down into the street before the Capra demon boss fight. Oh, and whenever you see a rat, don't forget to kill them, because they actually have a decent chance of dropping humanity. It's one of the few enemies that do so at the start of the game, so it's never a bad idea to just kill them. They have pretty low health anyways, so might as well roll the dice, see if you can get a humanity out of it. Can never have too many of those. So another testament to Dark Souls' excellent world design is Anor Londo is actually right above that wall. We can't see it. This is the bridge, the aqueduct that we go through, and then you end up in the Undead Burg. And basically the entire cathedral and all of that and Sense Fortress takes place inside of that wall, and then you go up into Anor Londo. And equally interesting is down there you can actually see Blighttown. Oh, not really in a good spot to show it. Maybe it will be better from a bit lower, but you can see, yeah, those are the pillars that you end up walking. You can walk up on them, and at the very bottom you see this big foggy mess brewing around. Well, that's the swamp itself. So it's very easy to miss, but once you're actually down in the swamp, it's entirely possible to look up and you will be able to see the sky and sunlight coming in. It's just, it feels like it's an area that's completely underground, but it's actually not at all. So can see Blighttown all the way down there, and you can actually see up too. And way back there you can see, sticking out in the back, you can see one of the trees, the big trees from Ashen Lake. So again, Dark Souls is a very nicely connected world if you know more or less where to look. And that's going to be it for this video. In the next one we're going to head down to Blighttown in order to get our second katana and our actual ninja armor. So again, let me know if you have any feedback, if you think this was too long, too short, too technical, and I will take it into account when I put together my next video. And again, thank you for watching.